Warning, the views and beliefs in the following program does not reflect the views of Boom Broadcasting. We give full creative control to our creators and do not believe in cancel culture. I'm back on a Friday night, so you never know what I'm going to say, so viewer discretion is advised.
Live from the MOWM studio, Boom Broadcasting presents The Nightcap. And your host of The Nightcap, mouthing off with Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Nightcap, hosted by yours truly. I am the Mike that likes to mouth off. I am, in fact, mouthing off with Mike. And we are live. Currently, we are about an hour and 17 minutes into tonight's episode of Friday Night Smackdown. And we are in Newark, New Jersey. And Aleister Black just got disqualified. And is now whooping Damian Priest's ass with a chair. So we're here. We're live. I've got a ton of stuff to talk about for this weekend, for SummerSlam, for the kickoff show for SummerSlam, for the watch-along with Mike and Mrs. for SummerSlam. There's predictions. There's co-stars. There's collaborations. And oh my, there's a TLC match this weekend. What more could you ask for in a great weekend of professional wrestling? Yeah, no, Damian Priest is getting his ass whooped, ladies and gentlemen. This man is getting whooped. Our Oracle, I have my own Oracle. Seth Rollins has his Oracle, Paul Heyman. I have my Oracle, Tortellini. Tortellini actually predicted that this match, Aleister Black and Damian Priest, would actually happen at SummerSlam, and she just retweeted the show here for the folks. So much love to you, Tortellini. I was just giving you credit as my oracle that you nailed that this match would be on SummerSlam, but we got it the night before SummerSlam. Would have liked to seen Black get a shot at being on the SummerSlam card, but from what I saw here, this is gonna go to a part 2. I also, as you can see, repping Mr. Iguana. All my Iguana maniacs all rise for Mr. Iguana. Mr. Iguana supremacy. I'm all about a cold-blooded reptile because I'm a cold-blooded reptile. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so Aleister Black, big evil now. Big bad. He's just beating the shit out of Damian Priest. I think he broke his jaw. Apparently, he broke his jaw. I don't know what more could you ask for here. We got a great weekend of wrestling coming up. SummerSlam tomorrow night. SummerSlam Sunday night. 2-night SummerSlam. Let's go. Jason's in the building. Mr. 3 from Deep, the host. He said, big weekend. Excited for the watch show. Yes, Jason. I appreciate you segueing us into the watch along. Yes, Mike and Mrs. will be live tomorrow across Boom Broadcasting and mouthing off with Mike, my Twitter, my Twitch, my YouTube, Boom Broadcasting, Facebook, YouTube. We will have the Mike and Mrs. watch along for SummerSlam. If you didn't catch the Evolution Nightcap, that was the debut of my tag team partner, my better half, the Mrs. MOWM. We'll get a better nickname for her rather than just Mrs. MOWM. We'll brainstorm that here tonight. We've got 24 hours. And tomorrow, just announced here, breaking news by the Prez of Boom Broadcasting. This afternoon, there will be a kickoff show Saturday and Sunday for SummerSlam. The kickoff show will take place at approximately 4:30 Eastern Standard Time and run till about 5:45 Eastern Standard Time, when the Prez will kick it over to the Misses and I for the watch-along. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on. So far, SmackDown has been limited commercials. I haven't noticed a single difference, folks. I haven't noticed a single difference in the overall commercials. We did get Mr. Iguana. That was great. John Cena might be a face again. Now, what do we got going on here? Who's this? Oh, it's Tala Tonga. Tala? Well, he is taller. He do be taller than the other Tongans. He is a tall Tongan. Why'd they take this man Hikuleo's name away from him? That was a good name. We didn't need Tala Tonga. Tala Tonga. It's like JC Mateo all over again. That was also an unnecessary name change. Was JC Mateo. Jeff Cobb. We got Jimmy Uso versus Tala Tonga. Oh my God. Okay, this is gonna end in a disqualification. Solo's going to get involved. Disqualification. Poor Jimmy's going to be beaten up by the Tongan and Solo. And then what's going to end up happening? Jacob 5-2 is going to save him. And then we'll probably get some sort of interaction in the steel cage match. In the steel cage that they have hanging above the arena tonight for Jacob and Solo. So I'm going to assume Jacob ends up standing tall tonight, which will lead right into my prediction that I had here on my predictions that dropped this week. Appreciate all the love on those predictions. People love them. I did say Solo Sikoa was going to retain the United States Championship. Now, if that could change, maybe Solo ends up standing tall tonight, but I did say Solo would retain tomorrow. And I have a feeling that we're going to see how things play out when this match comes back to commercial. While we are on a commercial, I do want to talk about the opening segment of Smackdown here tonight. Smackdown kicked off with John Cena and Cody Rhodes. And they swerved us here, I have to say. They did a pretty good job because I thought this was going to go in a completely different direction. John Cena has effectively turned back to his old self. He references Travis Scott and that he's going to be the only platinum rapper that's going to be whooping his ass this weekend, talking to Cody. Talks about how The Rock and Travis Scott basically just left him to the wayside. Said they'd have his back. They didn't have his back. And he's over here bullshitting, doing the most. And he's wasting time. He doesn't want to ruin wrestling. He's never wanted to ruin wrestling. He loves wrestling. Well, this is a fantastic promo, but I don't buy a single word of it. You mean to tell me the guy who for the last, 4 months has been on an absolute mega hate-fueled bender, has decided just randomly on this episode of SmackDown after Cody beat his ass and forced him to sign the contract for the match that he's now suddenly back to his old ways? I don't buy that for a second. This is a massive swerve, I think. Wrestling logic dictates there's a swerve coming. And this is just a way for Cody to put his guard down for Cena. This is for Cena to get Cody's guard down. Because Cena's expecting Cody to expect the shenanigans. Cody's expecting Cena to try to hit him with the belt, try to cheat, try to low blow him, try to get interference. The Rock, Travis Scott. Well, obviously, Travis Scott and WWE had a falling out. Bad breakup. Randomly after WWE Unreal has come out. Right. Another case in point. WWE Unreal came out this past Tuesday. So far, I've enjoyed WWE Unreal. I think it's been a really fun little documentary at its core. I never thought that they were going to be sitting here and exposing the business like that. What am I hearing? I'm hearing things. I'm hearing noises. I hear voices in my head. They come to me. They counsel me. They come to me. They understand. I like the WWE Unreal show. I'm a fan of that kind of docu-series, and I always like the WWE 24 documentaries that they used to do. But timing is certainly interesting. Oh, shit. Well, Donald Trump is on my television. Yeah, so Triple H was at the White House yesterday. Donald Trump signed a bill. Oh, there's Linda McMahon. Signed a bill to start the presidential fitness test for kids, I think. Awkward. Not going to get into that. Not going to really talk about that. Yeah, Triple H at the White House with Donald Trump. That is, that's interesting. That's Big Jim. When are they gonna start selling these Big Jimmy Uso jerseys, man? These jerseys are sick. £251. Big Jim, do be a big man. Trips finally made the oral office. Great. I wish I had that clip, Rick. I wish I could air that one instead of the what I saw with the with him at the White House. I wish I could air that. I did not sleep with that intern. I was up all night. How about that White House meeting? You had Trump, Lawrence Taylor, and Triple H, all guys who headline WrestleMania in one way or another. My head spun just now, Mark. That sentence, my brain did not process that. Yeah, all of those guys have been on a WrestleMania. They've all been on a WrestleMania. The billionaire versus billionaire, head shaving, Mark Bobby Lashley with Umaga. You had Lawrence Taylor. And of course, Triple H, the game. And Linda McMahon, too. If you want to get really crazy, Linda McMahon, what multiverse that I pop on over to here? We got all these people in the White House that have been on a WrestleMania. They're in the Hall of Fame. What in the world is going on, man? Oh my God. Oh my God. And Julia beat Zelina earlier. I did see that. Not really much to write home about. It was a Zelina rematch. Julia defends the title and she gets on TV because we haven't seen her in a while. I was shocked that she didn't get a singles match at Evolution. She was in the Battle Royal, but Talatonga is basically the Tongan version of the Great Khali, huh? Or Omos? Yeah, he's a Tongan Omos. Just a big dude. And he's 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that. That's a good leg drop. Okay. All right. What are we doing here? All right. Yeesh. Yikes. He doesn't look terrible. I love you, Rick. Love you, buddy. What a guy. Love you guys. Yeah, so we got, speaking of Rick 8-Bit and Booking Like a Mark, they asked myself and Chano, the Dean of Hate You from Four Sides of the Ring, they asked us to be a part of their predictions for SummerSlam. Those will be dropping tomorrow on Rick's channel. I will post it on social media, his channel here in a bit. So you guys can go subscribe, check out the predictions with Booking Like an 8-Bit and the Dean of Hate You, and of course the Mike that likes the mouth off. Those will be available tomorrow. I'm assuming they'll be out early before SummerSlam, so stay tuned to their socials. You can also go follow them on social media as well, at Booking Like a Mark, and as well at Rick 8-Bit, Rick _ 8-Bit, and Booking at Booking Like a Mark. Go follow them. Check out the predictions when they drop. Like I said, Boom Broadcasting, we've got a busy slate. We have content that came out all this past week. You saw Jason in the chat earlier. Jason has a basketball show. I know we're in the off season, hitting summer league soon. He's still making the show. MLB action, trade deadline action. Some crazy stuff broke down with Hulk Hogan and the NWO. Sean is dropping It Stinks. Garza's and them had a really solid match. Garza's retained, which is good for them. This is their first hint of tag gold And it's AAA tag gold. They've never held any sort of WWE gold in their careers. And the fact that they were able to get some gold on their waist, even though it's AAA's tag titles, that's great for them. It's also great for AAA because their titles are getting defended on Friday Night SmackDown against their two of their most popular talents. That's great. I think that's the synergy you need between these two companies. Dirty Dom showed up there. He got a wild reception. El Grande Americano, Dos showed up down to Mexico, and they love him. They said, wait a minute, we haven't seen you in so long. Welcome home, El Grande Americano. Do you feel like this year's SummerSlam is just Diet WrestleMania? Some years it feels like its own thing, but this year it feels like we're getting a lot of the same players in the same roles. Yeah, no, this is Diet WrestleMania. Absolutely. This is Summer WrestleMania. If WWE could, they would call this Summer Mania. If that actually rolled off the tongue, SummerSlam is just Summer Mania. It's WrestleMania in the summer. That's it. And that's what they're viewing these as. They're viewing, I think, in the TKO WWE era, WWE and the majority of the shareholders are viewing these 4 events as their quarterly WrestleManias. And you know what 4 events I'm referencing. I'm referencing, obviously, WrestleMania is WrestleMania. Royal Rumble is Winter WrestleMania. SummerSlam is Summer WrestleMania. And Survivor Series is Fall WrestleMania. So I think they're going to use these big 4 shows as quarterly WrestleManias, as they should be, as that makes sense. Maybe I'm rehashing what we already know, but yeah, this year SummerSlam feels like a complete WrestleMania. Like, this is what I would have expected to see on WrestleMania that just passed. This is the kind of show I would have expected for Mania. But we're getting it in August for SummerSlam. And SummerSlam usually kicks us off on, because we know you're a wrestling fan. Like, I don't have to explain this to Mark. He knows it, but I don't have to explain it to anybody who's viewing this stream because you understand wrestling. You've watched it your entire lives. If you haven't and you've only caught it the last few years, sure, I'll break it down. SummerSlam piggybacks into then Survivor Series. So whatever happens at SummerSlam usually happens. We get a culmination at Survivor Series. There are premium live events scattered throughout in between, but for the most, at its core, what happens in SummerSlam is going to have conditions towards Survivor Series. Clash in the Paris is irrelevant. It's a standalone. That's a different PLE. Then whatever happens at Survivor Series, you set up for Royal Rumble. Whoever are your contenders at Survivor Series or fighting for the title or whatever, those same people will probably have a role at Royal Rumble in some capacity. And then as we know, whatever happens at Royal Rumble, that's the road to WrestleMania. Royal Rumble dictates where we go with Mania, who's challenging for what titles, who's going where. Chamber helps that, fills in for the other shows, vice versa, who wins the Rumble, if a Raw, SmackDown, whatever. So I think they're going to start using this as a summer WrestleMania. Some years, SummerSlam feels like its own show, its own identity. SummerSlam should feel like a season finale instead of a sequel. Agree to that. I would also feel that WrestleMania is the season finale for the year. And I feel like SummerSlam should feel like not a continuation, but SummerSlam should have its own identity like it used to. And I think why we feel that way, Mark, is because of the lack of theme for SummerSlam. The theme this year, look at the graphics. Look at our graphics, right? Look at this. This is created by Mrs. MOWM, but look at what we're seeing here with SummerSlam's logo. SummerSlam is blue and red and white. New York Giants colors. We know Cena has the John Cena. This match has been absolutely just avoidable. You could have skipped this match. So that's why we're talking on this tangent. But of SummerSlams of the past, you know it all too well. There's color. There's vibrancy. There's a pop of the summer. No interference in this match. Tala Tonga beats Jimmy Uso clean as a whistle here. So now the beatdown will happen post-match, and here's where Jacob will save him, and they'll lower the cage on all 4. Oh, yeah, we're calling him out. Come on, boys. Come on out, Tongans. Come on out here, MFTs. Come on out. Come on, get down here. Whoop his ass. Whoop his ass. JC Mateo, Tongaloa, Talatonga. Where's Tamatonga? I missed my yes. But yeah, I think that's what we're missing is SummerSlam doesn't have the what do you call it? The vibe of the past. It feels like another corporate event. WrestleMania had more color and creativity to the graphics than SummerSlam does. Now, I don't know if that's just because they're, like I said, they're in New Jersey and they're like, it's Jersey. We're in New York. I'm walking here. We're going to make it gray and black, and we're going to put the Giants and Jets colors, and it's New York. You know, I don't know if it was just like they wanted it to feel gritty city vibe as like New York feels, but there's no color. There's no, besides white and blue and red, which are the Giants colors and the Jets colors. That's it. Rhea and Io began feuding before WrestleMania. Lyra and Becky started their program at WrestleMania. Jacob and Solo has been taking forever to finish. This is true. Rhea and Io did begin feuding before WrestleMania, but is that a real feud? Because is the real feud that we would have seen post would have been Rhea and Bianca? You know, right? So this is tough. Lyra and Becky didn't start that program at WrestleMania, though. That's the thing. Well, the turn happened night after. So I guess you could say, yes, they did start the program. It's tough. You know what I mean? Like, I do agree with what you're saying. This should feel like a season finale, but WrestleMania is the season finale, and then the Monday Night Raw after is the beginning of the new wrestling year. That's how I always interpret it as. Like, the best time to be a wrestling fan is to watch WrestleMania and then pick it up after. What up, Toby? What's going on, big dog? Welcome into the Nightcap. Thanks for hanging out with me. We are live during the last 45 minutes of SmackDown. There's only about 20 minutes of SmackDown left. I'm going to go back, talk a little bit more about what we saw tonight on SmackDown. I'm going to kind of further in-depth talk about Cena and Cody when SmackDown's off the air. But right now, Jacob Fatu is whooping some couple Tongans and one Islanders ass in a steel cage match, or in a steel cage. Not a match, but Solo and Talatonga. Talatonga looks like a tall version of someone. He looks like a taller, tanner version of X-Pac. Am I tripping here, fellas? Folks, viewers? Am I tripping? Does he look like a taller X-Pac, or am I just like... do I have an X-Pac on my mind? Yeah, Jacob Fatu is a scary man. That shirt's sick. Can I buy that shirt on WWE Shop? I don't feel like it's not a shirt that they'll design. They'll give us a basic yacht, I mean. Jacob Fatu stands tall. Solo's still technically standing tall here. So, I don't know who. Solo might lose that title tomorrow to Jacob. I just don't think Jacob needs a title right now. I would much rather see Jacob just go on this run of just pure dominance. You know, like not without a title. I just like to see him just start whooping some ass. But US title, what other really, you know, you got Mello there. Where's Mello? We want Mello. Hashtag. You know, Mello could be in conversation with this US title in the future. Santos Escobar, another guy who I'm just like, why are we using just Santos as a manager? The guy is so freaking good. And I hate that we're using him just as a manager. CM Punk and Gunther, man, that's going to be crazy. I caught a little bit of the kickoff show today, this afternoon. I was working. I'm on the West Coast, so I'm 3 hours behind you guys. So when you guys are wrapping up your workday, I'm in the middle of my workday still. So, Jacob now bigger than the U.S. title. No, respectfully, no, because I don't think anybody's bigger than the title. I don't think even I've never felt that. My ideology differs with a lot of things. I don't ever feel that someone is too big for a specific title. And I'll put this in a scenario when John Cena, U.S. title, open challenge, when he was established, and at that time, what, a 15-time or 16-time world champion? He was doing those open challenges. Cena wasn't bigger than the U.S. title, and Cena is the Superman and the biggest wrestler of this generation, of the last 25 years. I don't think Jacob's bigger than the U.S. title, but I do think Jacob doesn't need it. What I need from WWE and what I need from the creative is I need you to get Jacob out of the bloodline vortex after War Games. We need him for War Games. Guaranteed there will be some form of a War Games with the bloodline versus maybe the Seth group, or the bloodline versus the bloodline. And we're going to have another splintered bloodline. But once that happens, give me Jacob without any. I want Jacob mixing it up with Carmelo and Aleister Black and Damian Priest and Santos Escobar and, who else? Randy Orton and a John Cena. I doubt we get that, but I think I need to see more from Jacob than just being another Samoan in the group, in the family, because he's very intense. He's very aggressive. And those things would fit well if we kind of just let him off. He's a werewolf, but whatever. If we let him off that leash. That might sound crazy. I might be rambling at this point, but that's my feelings about him. Would it be great if he won the U.S. title tomorrow? Yeah. Or Sunday. Would it be, or yeah, tomorrow? Sunday. I have the matches. It's too many matches. It's too much, guys. I don't know where I went. Somehow I ended up, what year am I in? How am I in 2023? Good Lord. Somehow in 2023 in my camera roll. I don't know how that happened. Yeah. Steel Cage is Sunday. Steel Cage is Sunday with TLC. Now that's unique. Very rare that you get a steel cage. Hear me out. Ready? You have a steel cage match on Sunday. You have a TLC match on Sunday. And you have a street fight on Sunday. When was the last time outside of my universe, when I'm booking in 2K25, when was the last time you had 3 different, essentially hardcore stipulations on a premium live event, unless it was like an ECW or something along those lines, or an Extreme Rules? Steel Cage, TLC, and a street fight on one night. That hasn't happened in a very long time. The wrestler makes the belt. It's a plot device. If you give it to Jacob, you need to explain why he wants to keep it. Nailed it. That's it. That's the 100% statement. Why does Jacob Fatu want the U.S. title? It's the same reason as to why Cody wanted the WWE Championship, to win the title his father never could win, and his brother could never win, and he could give that to his father. Unfortunately, he couldn't give it to his father. He gave it to his mother. He gave it to his family. He gave it to his daughter, his wife, and it was a beautiful moment. I agree to that sentence. It's a plot device. You need to explain why he wants to keep it. Unforgiven 2006 came close. DX McMahon versus McMahon in a Hell in a Cell, and Cena versus Edge and TLC. God, that's such a good premium live event. Unforgiven 2006. That TLC match, John Cena and Edge, I remember like it was yesterday. That was one of the best matches I ever watched as a kid. I'm like, 9 years old at the time? Fucking incredible match, dude. Incredible match. I'm 8 years old, maybe. My brain is fried. I'm not doing math. 9 years old. I did do enough math in my day job. Allies of Convenience with Kathy Kelly. We love a good Kathy Kelly sighting. Kathy Kelly is a queen. We will appropriately respect our queen, Kathy Kelly. And now we got Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. This is what the ending segment of SmackDown is tonight. Drew and Logan yapping, flapping their gums. Why don't we end with Cena and Cody? Imagine ending with Cena and Cody and then having that moment of Cena and Cody cheersing the beer, which was a real American beer, by the way. Shout out, Hulk Hogan. They were giving a little ode to that. I see what they're doing there, which was nice. Also sponsorship. Why not end the show on that moment? That you watch a television show, right? We all watch TV and movies. You watch a TV show that's a 2-part episode. You end on a cliffhanger. I don't know how many episodes of freaking Dexter that I've watched up to this point that end on a cliffhanger. And Lost and Breaking Bad and all these other shows that we've come accustomed to watching, and SVU, right? You end that show on that moment. In my personal opinion, we restructure SmackDown tonight. I'm not gonna rebook the show right here on the Nightcap, but I would have preferred to see Cena and Cody end SmackDown tonight. Have that moment between the two of them. Have them cheers. Have Cena walk down the ramp. Have a kind of look in his eye, like a sly look, like could he be for real? Could he be playing Cody for a fool? That's the one thing I think we miss. If we're ending tonight on Jelly Roll, if this is the main event segment for the next 20 minutes, 15 minutes actually, if we end on Jelly Roll, Randy, Drew, and Logan, tonight's SmackDown was a failure. A failed go home SmackDown, straight up. I say something about Jacob being a felon and how the belt buys his kids food. There you go. There you go. There you go. I mean, you could say that. I think you have to turn Jacob. Jacob is a face now. Popularity, separating Solo, fighting with the Bloodline, fighting with my family. Shout out Paige. Shout out The Rock, I guess. I think you could have Jacob come out and cut a promo and give me, instead of just, all gas, no brakes, from coast to post, I'll whoop your ass. That's great. I love that. Right here, inject it into my wrestling veins. But give me that. Give me that realism. Give me Jacob Fatu coming out and saying what it means to be U.S. champion because of my family, because of my background. I shouldn't be here. I want to prove everyone wrong. I want to prove those people that locked me up that I am a success and I am a provider. Like, give me something like that. Yeah, you have a guy here. The guy is a cross between Roman Reigns, Umaga, and the Usos. Literally, he is a combination of all of them put together. He has that, the shape, the intensity of Umaga. He has the move set of the Usos, and he has the build and the athleticism of Roman. He's a freak. We have just barely scratched the surface of Jacob Fatu, and oh my goodness, when it clicks, and we know when it clicks as fans, when that clicks like 100%, all gas, no brakes, we're talking legit, the brakes are cut. I got a full tank of gas and I got an open freeway. When it clicks like that, this guy will be a world champion like that. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. You're getting fooled, Mike. SmackDown will end with a backstage segment where Cena is beating the hell out of Cody and leaves him a bloody mess. Mark, I might leave this comment up the entire rest of the stream, but I won't. I might. I'll probably air it if you nail this. Mark, if you nail this, I will. Mark, what do you want? I'll leave it up to you. If you nail this and that SmackDown ends with Cody getting bloodied down by John Cena tonight, name your price within reason. You want that Blake Monroe shirt? You nail it, I'll give it to you. I'll get it for you. He needs his Mankind Jim Ross interview. Great comp, Toby. He does. He needs that interview. We need a sit-down interview. Joe Tessitore, Jacob Fatu. If he wins that title, if he loses that title, do it either way. I need the psyche. I need a step into the mind of the Samoan werewolf. Blake Monroe poster, you got a deal. I'll shake on it. Blake Monroe poster. I'll even tweet at her and be like, hey, Blake, I need a favor here. I lost the bet live on the show. Your biggest fan ever, Mark. Can you please send me a poster so I can send it to him as a bet? I lost a bet. Blake, I need your help. Can you help? Maybe it'll be signed. Maybe I'll get you a bonus. The LJNs are back. Those are pretty cool, man. I know those are a little bit before my time, but I'm not going to start collecting action figures. You see the Funko wall behind me? If I start collecting action figures, I have a few. There are a few up there. There's a Cody I found at Marshall's for $5. Great cop. Marshall's for $5, a Cody Rhodes basic action figure. I'm in. Don't say less. Of course, the Don Tony D'Angelo, because fuck it, it's Don, guys. And then I do have a Jeff Hardy from when he was at WWE, and then I have some little micro brawlers from AEW for Matt and Jeff, because I'm a Hardy Boys guy. I'll always be a Hardy's boy guy. Yeah, the Funko wall is scary. There's more, too. There's more, like, over here. You don't see them. They're my comic book ones, my Spidey ones. Happy Spidey Day, guys. I'm not flexible enough for I'd show you the Spider-Man tattoo I have on my ankle, but love me some Spider-Man. They're filming the new movie. It's going to be a great movie. I love the hypocrisy of the Logan Paul reasoning here. We need to protect the company from outsiders. Really? Really? Hey, I take offense to that, Logan. I enjoy a good hot dog. All right? Bastard. Pinchy pendejo. Look at Drew looking at Logan. Look at Drew like, you stupid mother, you know what, you mother fluffer. He's got a rollie on his wrist. Of course he has a fucking rollie. Isn't Paul an outsider? Exactly, Elizabeth. You know, that's the whole shtick. That's what they're trying to play it off. I'm not all these outsiders. I'm Logan Paul. I'm a wrestler now. But he's had like 8 matches. You know who they should have called up? You know who they really should have called up? We're in New York. We're in New Jersey. They should have called up young Baklava. They should have called him up from Queens, New York, weighing in at 315 pounds. They should have called up young AB Action Bronson. Now that right there, I'll pay good money to see that. Action Bronson and Randy Orton versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. Should have called up Bronson. Jeez, we're just making fat jokes. Wait. Drew has got on speed dial. Time out a second here, folks. Wait a minute. Time out. Oh, here they are. Yeah, no, this is the ending segment of Smackdown. Logan is a waste of space. I hope Jelly rolls over him. I like that. I got to get a soundboard so I can have little. That is a great pun. I can't boo a Paul brother right now. They paid a bunch of Ben Askren's medical bills. You got me there, boss. I did see that. They did pay for his medical bills and everything and his recovery. So yeah, respect to them for that. But man, I would have loved to see an Action Bronson, man. No, I just hope Jelly Roll wins. Crush Logan. I want to see a Jelly Slam, baby. Give me the Jelly Slam, or give me the RVD, the Rolling Thunder, but it's the Jelly Roll, and he does a roll. Please, I need it. Oh, Nick Aldis said, wait a minute, guys. Come on, man. Please, don't do this. I need, like, Zoink Scoob. Please just start. Let's just. Of course, Drew has God's number on speed dial. He's the chosen one. Is he sure? Is he mistaking God with the devil? As in the devil that is he who shall not be named? Satan himself? All right, so we're going to end SmackDown on a massive brawl right now. All right, I have a funny feeling Triple H is about to end this show in like a SmackDown 04 vibe here. We're going to have these guys brawling out in the ring, and then backstage, Jacob and Solo are going to be fighting, and then maybe Cody and Cena, like Mark said. Maybe Cena bloodies him up. What's happening here? Jelly Roll is skinny, man. He lost a ton of weight, dude. Is it like I don't want to sound insensitive. Like, is it the Ozempic? Is it the, is it the booger sugar? Is it the Ozempic? Is it just working out and eating and dieting? Because maybe I need to check all three boxes. I don't know. Who's this handsome security guard man with the ponytail, with the beard, looking like another Samoan that could be in the blood? Who's this guy? Who's this lost Samoan that's holding Drew back? Found a lost Samoan now. That's it? That's it? That's how we end SmackDown on one of the most anticlimactic tear apart brawls? Wait a minute. Is Jelly Roll going to fly here? No way. No. Oh, RKO. Okay. All right. 1 RKO. 2 RKOs. A security guard should have walked out. That man should have left. He said, please don't. Please don't. Please don't RKO me. Just RKO him, Randy. Get it over with. No, Jelly Roll. The JKO. Oh, no. It's the Jelly Slam. It's the Jelly Sandwich. Because he just sandwiched that man to the canvas. Okay, so that's how we end SmackDown. What the frick was that? What the absolute frick was that? That's how we end the show? You mean to tell me it's better to end the SmackDown Go Home show before SummerSlam with Jelly Roll, Randy Orton, Logan, and Drew? This is how we end the show. This is how we end the final SmackDown before. I'm shook right now. I'm absolutely shook, guys. I'm disappointed. I can't even lie. Tonight's SmackDown, the last hour was a waste. It was a waste of time. I could have watched the last hour of SmackDown here tonight on Twitter, the highlights, the clips, the videos, whatever. I could have watched it on Twitter, on YouTube later tonight. We could have. This could have been an email. This could have been an email. This SmackDown, the last hour of SmackDown, that could have been an email. And I'm sad to say that. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is, but for some unforeseen reason, Triple H struggles with go-home shows. That was a mid go-home show. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I usually am very positive, and I try to spin things any way I can. The first hour of SmackDown, strong, pretty strong. The Cody segment was great with Cena, the Mystery Iguana Psycho Clown. You know, even I can make an argument. Julia and Zelina was an okay match. Black and Priest was You should have given me more. But it ends in a DQ, and the door's open for them to go to a match 2, maybe a match 3. So they have something in place, I think, for Black and Priest, which is good. I want to see Aleister Black bust out the Black Mist. We need to incorporate that again. He has that power. He has that potential. I don't know if they're worried because Asuka does the Mist and Shinsuke does the Mist, but where's Shinsuke been at? So what does it matter? Let him do the Black Mist. Maybe turn Priest. Maybe do what they did in AEW with Julia Hart, and maybe turn Priest into a more intimidating, intense, aggressive Damian Priest. Very disappointed. I know they want to push that much, but that would have been done at like 8:50 time frame. Yeah, that was BS, man. Have you seen any videos of Homicide lately? His speech has gotten rough. Of all the guys that should have gotten in WWE, it should have been. Yeah, I actually haven't. I didn't see anything about Homicide. I knew that he was dealing with some stuff, but I didn't know it was that bad. So, hopefully thoughts and prayers go out to him and the family, man. That's tough to hear. But yeah, I don't think this was a good ending of SmackDown. I mean, there are some good things to talk about, and we'll talk about them real quick here because we got about 12 minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and promo everything out for this weekend. We're going to talk about what we got coming down with Boom and everything, but SmackDown. Let's go back to let's roll it from the top, press rewind on your controller. We're back to the opening segment of SmackDown here tonight, which was Cody Rhodes and John Cena having a final face-off before Sunday's street fight. I love the fact that WWE decided tonight to essentially take the storyline that they've been working for since March of this year, take that storyline and basically just say, you see this? You guys remember this? You know, with this, how we did this, and he came and the boss, and he wants his soul, and Travis Scott, and this. Well, all of that, crumble it up, toss it in the trash, Kobe, because it sucked. And that's basically what that was. We've had John Cena coming out with basically the golden shovel, right? And burying the last, 5 months of story? I went down the wrong path. I listened to people that didn't have my best interests in favor in mind. They left me high and dry. The Rock, Travis Scott, throwing shots to everybody. Where were they when I needed them? Cody doing what he did to Cena a few weeks ago with him forcing his contract to sign and everything was the fuel and the fire that he needed under his ass to get back. Loved everything about it here. The hesitation for Cena to cheers Cody with the beer, and you're looking at it because you're skeptical at this point because of what we know as wrestling fans, that these kind of things are created to put us on a course outside of what they want the course to be. The very course of the Cena-Cody rivalry is based upon the fact that John Cena couldn't win the Royal Rumble, and he decided to go into the Elimination Chamber, win the Chamber, taking advantage of Seth Rollins stomping Punk and tapping Punk out. Then after that, we know Cena has a championship match at WrestleMania. He's got the Chamber match. But then, of course, The Rock wants to have Cody sell his soul and be his corporate champion. But it was never Cody that was going to sell his soul. The Rock already bought the soul of John Cena. Thus, we kick off John Cena's heel turn. The fact that now, here we are, August 1st, 2025, like Cena said, and John Cena is back. What does that really mean? John Cena is back as in hustle, loyalty, and respect is back. Tomorrow or Sunday at SummerSlam, does that mean Cena will have his Titantrons back? Will he talk to Stu? Will he take the hat pad and the towel, and it's gonna, instead of saying the last time is now, is it gonna say never give up for once? And is he gonna toss it in the crowd and run down the ramp to slide in the ring and hit the rope and hit the Cena poses and throw the shirt and everything? Is he gonna do that? Is that the Cena we're getting, or is this the biggest bait we've gotten on this retirement tour? What should have happened, for me personally, I did not need The Rock's involvement in any of this shit. I don't need The Rock. I didn't need The Rock's involvement in Elimination Chamber. I didn't need The Rock's involvement at WrestleMania 40. I don't need The Rock for shit here. I don't. Seriously. I love the guy. He's one of the greatest to ever lace up a pair of boots. Most highly entertaining character we've ever seen in professional wrestling history. You can't dispute it. Mount Rushmore for me of the 90s. I didn't need him buying Cena's soul and Cena low blowing Cody and Travis Scott hitting Cody with the belt and puncturing his eardrum because the idiot didn't know how to throw a worked punch because he thinks it's legit. I don't need a shitty, miserable WrestleMania Night 2 main event between Cody and Cena that was so bad that I'm trying to figure out ways where I can see John Cena wrestle one more time, so I don't have that as my last memory of watching John Cena wrestle. We didn't need any of this. And the fact that tonight, that if this isn't case in point, legitimately, and Cena is back to the good old Johnny Boy that we've come to know and love and sometimes hate, then man, oh man, the fact that they acknowledged on television, yeah, we just listened to some guy who wanted us to make shock TV, and that's why I did it. And the fact that you're just going to bury that right there live television, I honestly, I respect that. That's the kind of thing that you got to respect in wrestling. Like, look, this sucked. This sucked. And we're going to tell you, we missed the boat on this. The boat passed, and we fucked this up. Straight up. There's my second F-bomb of the night, but who's counting? Now, if this is a huge swerve, good for them. Because now you've reinvested everybody in the evil John Cena character. So if this turns out to be legit, and they just basically said, look, that whole storyline we were doing with The Rock and the Soul and Travis Scott, crumble it up. Yeet that in the trash, Kobe. If this is a way for us to let our guards down and believe, oh, John's back, and Cody's like, oh, John's back. But just if this is a bait and switch, if this is a guise by Cena, for the love of all that is holy in professional wrestling, don't make Cody a stupid baby face in this match Sunday. Don't have Cody go into that match and expect John Cena to not do some evil, devious shit. Cody is smarter than that. Cody went the extra mile with Kevin Owens at Royal Rumble. They had one of the most intense matches. Cody hit him with that Alabama slam through the ladder, crumpled him up into a ton of bricks. Okay, folded this man like origami. Cody falls for the belt, the blow at Mania, the Travis Scott interference, like a dumb good guy, a dumb baby face. Cody's not your normal baby face. He is in the words of the WWE Unreal documentary, in the words of Triple H, he's a white meat face, right? But don't have him be a stupid idiot. Don't have him just be like, oh yeah, yes, John, I'll take John on his word. John was shaking my hand and hugging me at Elimination Chamber. Next thing I know, I got a foot in my balls and a belt across my face. Don't have Cody be an absolute moron in this match Sunday. Don't let him have his guard down. Because that, I think, is the stupidest way you sell there. You sit there bad-mouthing the heel turn just because you didn't appreciate it. John was right. You're fickle. Whoa. Time out. I'm bad-mouthing the creative decisions on how we got the heel turn. I personally love that John gave us a heel character on this run. What I'm saying is I didn't need Dwayne and Travis and the Blunts and the Joints and all that shenanigans. What I needed was WrestleMania. I needed Cody Rhodes and John Cena to shake hands in the middle of the ring. A lot of respect. The old guard passing to the new guard. The champion that's here. I needed John Cena to turn heel at that match, not the month before. I needed Cody to have Cena right where he needed him, and for Cena to take the easy way out. Low blow, eye gouge, hit him with the belt. I did not need The Rock. I did not need Travis Scott. That's what it should have been. It should have been WrestleMania 41, night 2 main event. Cody's got him set up for the crossroads. Somehow Cena pushes him. The ref gets knocked out. Cena punches him right in the nuts. Give him the old twist. Punches him right there in the balls. Gouges the eyes. Hits him with an AA. 1, 2, 3. Never seen 17. 41. Instead of us knowing he's a heel, I would imagine that had you have had the Cena heel turn happen during the championship match at WrestleMania, that would have been a bigger viral moment than The Rock and the Cena turn that we saw at Chamber. That would have been bigger than everything. That's what I would have done. That's how I would have written it. I would have had everything according to plan. Even Cena on the way to WrestleMania cutting classic Cena promos like he did to Roman and roasting him and doing the same shit to Cody and making Cody maybe not look that bad on the mic, but make him look bad. And have that kind of, maybe the confidence comes down a little bit for Cody. Not this whole thing. And if this is true, and Cena is back to the old John Cena, and the fact that they acknowledge, like, look, that fucking sucked. We scrapped it. Cody and Cena are going to have a good old respectful street fight in Jersey. So be it. If this is under the guise of Cody putting his guard down for Cena and for Cena to squeak out a win here, good move. But I don't want them to make Cody like a fool. Because if you make Cody look like an idiot here, those subsection of fans, they might start to turn on Cody. I don't think so, but it is WWE. It is pro wrestling. We've seen it happen plenty of times. That's my soapbox for tonight, folks. That's my soapbox. SmackDown, other than that, Julia defends successfully against Zelina. Nothing really to write home about. I do like the pairing of Kiana James with Julia. That is a good pairing. I like that. Keep that going. Hello, John Cena is back. Logan, you come in at the tail end of the MOWM soapbox. Go back tonight when you have a chance, Logan. Catch the last 10 minutes of my rant. You're gonna love it when I talk about John Cena and John Cena being back. But good to see you, Logan. AAA Tag Team Championship Open Challenge, Los Garzas versus Mr. Iguana and Psycho Clown. It's great to see Mr. Iguana. I'm a Mr. Iguana mark. I have the shirt. I bought the shirt during Worlds Collide like an absolute mark. I love this shirt. I love this shirt. I love Mr. Iguana. I love you, Mr. Iguana. I am the president of the Mr. Iguana fan club. Chano likes to call me the president of the Cody Rhodes fan club. I am the president of the Mr. Iguana fan club. And I do like Psycho Clown. He's pretty rad, too. I mess with him. He's cool. Good to see them guys, man. Great surprise for SmackDown. That was a great moment. The opening and that, for me, that's the most interesting part of SmackDown tonight. The fact that the two most interesting parts of SmackDown for me are a tag team match with the AAA Tag Team Championships and Mr. Iguana and Psycho Clown from AAA, and then Cody and Cena talking. That goes to show you where we fell off on this SmackDown. In the words of Hurricane Helms, what's up with that? Aleister Black and Damian Priest, another match that I was really excited for. And the Oracle Tortellini even told us that this foretold this in in the prophecy. And we got a disqualification. We don't have a winner. We're going to push that into maybe a best of 3, a best of 5, a best of 7. I don't know. But man, oh man, what a disappointing last half hour of Smackdown, man. Never mind. We're not going to get into it. I'm not going to rehash it. I said my piece. Now it's time to tell you all what we got coming down for tomorrow. So, if you haven't already, do me a favor. Subscribe to Boom Broadcasting. Put the little bell icon or whatever the real YouTubers tell you to do. Ring the bell, I think it is. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Do it. Seriously. This way I can keep making the Nightcap and Mike doesn't fire me because we're really close to that mark. It's like this close. It's like the string is just, he's going to cut that string and I'm going to be on my own. But subscribe, like, comment, subscribe to Boom Broadcasting, like, comment, subscribe to Mouthing Off with Mike. Follow Boom Broadcasting across social media at Boom Broadcast on Twitter, Boom Broadcasting on Instagram, TikTok, all the social media apps you can think of. We're there. We got you covered. Now, tomorrow, breaking news, there will be a SummerSlam kickoff show hosted by the Prez of Boom Broadcasting, Michael Davis. If you don't remember Michael Davis, he's the other Mike. He's the Mike that doesn't mouth off, but he's the Mike that's a Cowboys fan, and he loves wrestling, and he's the president. So he will be hosting a kickoff show tomorrow, Boom Broadcasting, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time to 5:45 Eastern Standard Time. So it'll be an hour, 15-minute kickoff show. I'm sure Mike will give you some predictions, some hints. I will be joining the show towards the middle of the kickoff show to hang out with Mike, as well as some other Boom brothers and some other familiar faces you might know of. So this will be both nights, Saturday and Sunday, 4:30 to 5:45 Eastern Standard Time. Because who wants to watch a 3-hour kickoff show for WWE? Well, you come hang out with Mike and me on Boom Broadcasting and watch an hour and 15-minute kickoff show. And we'll probably tell you what's going on the kickoff show. So if you don't watch it, we'll probably fill you in on what's cooking anyway. So that'll be Saturday and Sunday for the kickoff show for SummerSlam. I currently have my SummerSlam predictions out. You guys have been loving this, loving the predictions, loving what I put out there. So I really appreciate all the support. It means the absolute world to me. Go check these predictions out. It's only about 18 minutes long. You can listen to them while you fall asleep tonight. You get to listen to the sweet sound of a broken East Coast accent serenade you and talk wrestling. Those are available on the Mouthing Off with Mike Wrestling Podcast YouTube. Just search Mouthing Off with Mike Wrestling Podcast and you'll find them. As well as I was a contributor here with Over the Top Talk. There's some young and up-and-comers in the podcast game. They're very unique, very creative. They do a lot of interviews for UFC and stuff. And we were welcomed in with Tyler Wrestles. He's a big live streamer. He's actually live right now during Smackdown. He was with us, and they invited me on, and we did some predictions. Those are over on their YouTube. Check them out. They're great. Go subscribe to them. Show them some love. Tell them MOWM sent you. Video is out there. I'll retweet it on my socials. As well, I don't have a formal graphic for it, but Rick and Mark, you've seen their names in the comments, Rick 8-Bit and Booking Like a Mark. They will be having a collaborative video like they always do for premium live events, Booking Like an 8-Bit. They'll do their predictions. They do it in a fun 8-Bit manner. They welcomed myself and Chano Hayes from Four Sides of the Ring to do predictions with them. So those predictions will be available tomorrow on Rick 8-Bit's YouTube channel. Go follow him at Rick_8-Bit on Twitter to be notified when those predictions drop, and make sure you follow his tag team partner, Mark, Booking Like a Mark, at Booking Like a Mark. And then last, but certainly not least, she's making her return. My tag team partner, my better half. She is Mrs. MOWM, and myself and the missus will be live from the start of SummerSlam 15 minutes before. So when the kickoff show ends at 5:45, the Mrs. Mike and Mrs. Watch Along is live across my YouTube, Twitter, Boom Broadcasting, YouTube, Facebook, my Twitch, everywhere. You will find this live stream tomorrow at approximately 5:45 Eastern Standard Time. 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time start for SummerSlam both nights. So make sure you subscribe to Boom Broadcasting. You subscribe to Mouthing Off with Mike because I am at 291 subscribers. I am 9 subscribers away from 300 subscribers on my own personal channel. Do me a favor, if you haven't subscribed to me yet, please, I'd love to come out here and end the stream tonight and have 300 subscribers on my YouTube. That would mean the world to me if you guys could do that. Make sure you subscribe to both. Follow me on social media right here. It's going to keep switching right here at MOWM_podcast. And I will be posting everything out here tonight and tomorrow pertaining to the times for the watch along and for the kickoff show. Subscribe and follow Boom Broadcasting. Folks, there you're at. There you have it. I hope you guys could hear that. But anyway, like I said, subscribe to Boom Broadcasting. Go show some love. We will have all of the content tomorrow. 4:30 Eastern Standard Time for the kickoff. 5:45 Eastern Standard Time for the watch along. The predictions on my channel. The predictions on Over the Top Talk. And of course, hang out with the Boom Boys tomorrow all day. There you have it, folks. I will catch you all tonight, later, tomorrow, morning, afternoon for me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out here on the Nightcap. I'll talk to you guys all later. I got to go run some errands. I'll be back. Bye.